Welcome everybody to everybody's favorite Red Mage. Episode number 74. I'm Nothing Way, aka Spencer, and this is a 5-minute breakdown of a Red Magic the Gathering card, the properties, missed opportunities, and honestly what I think. You can find me on twitch.tv/nothingway for a $0 free experience on MTG Arena. I'll show you how to get her done. Today is the card from the set, The Brothers War, Obliterating Bolt. 2 mana, are red and a colorless for a sorcery that's uncommon. Obliterating Bolt deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it. Period. Okay, very cool card. A burn spell, finally, it's been a while. 2 mana sorcery speed is also really cool. This is the benchmark. For most newer players, the benchmark has always been rising up in red. Typically, the 2 mana mark is for 3 to 4 damage. 3 to 4 damage. 3 is the player benchmark, where 4 is the creature benchmark. So when you see a burn spell doing 4 damage, it's most likely going to target a creature. Now, if it does anything outside of that, there has to be a drawback or a benefit for the opponent. In our case here, this is a very special card because it hits planeswalkers. Not that many times do we have burn spells that specifically target planeswalkers, but this is finally a change in the right direction. Now, once upon a time, when planeswalkers were newly introduced to the Magic the Gathering formula, the format, the way we play the game, it was a very strange and awkward time. A lot of players didn't know how to, let's say, deal the damage or do the damage. Anyone who was from that era can remember we would have to target the player, and then you would have to declare like how to redirect the damage. Like, it used to be a rule. It was very awkward. I thought that at the time there wasn't a lot of help because the cards just didn't exist once upon a time, and now that they do, there are no cards to deal with planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are outrageously overpowered at the time. And now, moving forward, about 10 years later, Magic the Gathering has found ways to deal with planeswalkers. Obliterating Bolt is another good idea to combat planeswalkers. Now, what's really interesting is that it has the remove from the game aspect. Now, instead of just doing it for creatures, which red is very good at doing that, right? Exiling a creature after it being destroyed by a burn spell, it now does the same effect to a planeswalker. And to be honest with you, this is fantastic because there's a lot of recursion, right? There's a lot of planeswalkers coming back from the graveyard, a lot of planeswalkers seeing their way from the graveyard back into play, or replaced back into the library and put back into play. And you'll also sometimes see planeswalkers that are removed from the game temporarily, exiled temporarily, and they come back. So this is really effective to stop that right away, right? Like to give someone the stop. Please get rid of this planeswalker. 4 damage is a lot of damage, hitting loyalty counters, and because we are hitting planeswalkers, this is not just the best card for aggro decks, like against aggro, but this is also really good against planeswalkers just in general. So this started to see a little bit of resurgence in the standard. It started to become more of a staple in the standard metagame. I don't know if I could see this in historic or even in legacy. This is it's still too slow. Remember, two mana is the benchmark, right? 2 mana is the benchmark. If there was a way to make this instant speed, then this would be a phenomenal card. But at sorcery speed, this is a very great value card. You can see it in the sideboard. I could probably see this more moving forward in the main, but it's really hard if you have, if you want to target your opponent with burn spells. Be a good mix. I would probably put 3 in the sideboard against aggro, and if your deck has, if the meta has more planeswalkers like super friends and things like that, then 4 would be great. But if you see something, you let me know, okay? Thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity for letting me speak with you. Tell me if you agree or disagree with my podcast. Just tell me on the Instagram. Tell me in my YouTube. Tell me in a comment or tell me on twitch.tv/NothingWay. You can find me for a $0 experience. Let me know. Episode 74 in the books. Peace.